Hi guys, this is Sai Kumar Kurtivada. In this video, we will learn about how to use item list manager in Angular. This is one of the HackerRank challenge which is given for React, but I want to show the same example in our Angular. So I have already explained item list manager in my React tutorials. Please watch that for React item list manager. This is especially for Angular one, and I am creating complete example from scratch. So let me quickly jump into the problem statement. So let's understand the problem statement. Here they are mentioning that you are tasked with creating a simple React application, but we are doing an Angular application called item list manager that displays a list of items and allows the users to add new items to the list. The items will be displayed in an ordered list, in an unordered list format, and there will be an input field along with a button to add new items to this list. He gave a sample UI how it should look like. Now he gave the detailed requirements. When the application loads, it should display an empty list. So there should be no values in the list. And the input field should accept user text input. So whatever I am entering here, it should accept only the text. And when the button is clicked, the text from the input field should be added to the list. So we have to show a list here in an unordered list format. And then the input field should be cleared. So once I add the item, the input field should be cleared and the same item should be added over here in the list format. If the input field is empty and the button is clicked, nothing should be added to the list. So whenever the input field is empty and if I click add button, it should not do any action. So this one we will try to implement in our Angular 19 by using signal based approach. So let me go here. This is my Angular 19 project which already I have created, and for our understanding let me go into package.json, and if you see this is version 19. So you can also check Angular versions, so it is all 19 versions. So now let's go into our app component. As we know, Angular 19 will have all the standalone components from it will have all the standalone components by default. So let me go into app.component.ts. Here if you see, the component decorator is not having any standalone property. Still it is a standalone component. Why? Because we are using Angular 19. In Angular 19, every component which is created is by default a standalone component. So let me go into app.component.html and create our UI first. So let me go into app.component.html, and inside this I want to create some set of UI which look similarly the way how HackerRank is expecting. So what I'll do is I'll go here, I'll go into Bootstrap. Let me get the Bootstrap styles. So let me go into the introduction and get the CDN of our Bootstrap CSS. So let me go into our index.html, and here let me put that link. Save this. Now I have the capability to use our Bootstrap components or the classes in our app component. So let me go into app component and let me remove this and create a div with a specific card. So let me go here and get the card structure. So card, and this is the card structure. So let me copy this and put it over here. So I'm creating a card and format this. Let me close this. And now we have an image. We don't want any image, and we have a title, and the title as per this documentation is item list. So let me add item list and now save this, and we do not have any subtext. So let me remove this subtext and let me create a button, and the button is something like add item. So let me create add item, and now let me style this button by using the classes btn hyphen success, which gives the green color of that button. Let me go here and create one more input field. So to create the input field, let me go into the Bootstrap. I'll go into the form control example and let me copy the first one of this div. So let me go here and paste here, and now let me add something called as item, and the ID is also item, and this is not having any of the label on the top of this, so we do not need any label. So let me go here and add the placeholder, something like enter item. Save this. Now you have enter item and add item. So now what we have created is we have created a small UI which looks similar to the HackerRank screenshot. So let me go here and create text. Let me go to the browser and see you have an item list, you have an input field, and you have a button. Now what I want to do is I want to extend that button complete to the width of the card. So width 100 indicates width 100%, and you can see this button has been extended till that specific card, and I want to move that card into the center. So let me add class d-flex justify content center, and also I'll add margin top with 2. Save this. Now go here, you have created an item list and you have a margin and you have an input field. Once you type something in the input field and clicks on the button, there should be a list which should be shown in an unordered list format. So let's create the unordered list. So let me go here and create a div, and inside this div let me create unordered list, and this unordered list should show list items. So let me add item 1. Save this. Now go here, it will be showing like this. So whenever you add something and click on the add button, that specific value which you have entered in your input field, that should be shown in the list format. So let me go here. Now this is completely a hard-coded UI. Now what I want to do is I want to make it more functional. So what I'll do, I'll use our ng model feature of Angular, and by using that ng model we can add some specific two-way data binding feature to our input field. So what I'll do is I'll import some set of modules which are required for this app component. Now I want forms module which helps us to use ng model, and now what I'll do is I'll create my model. So what is that model? I'll use model value is equal to model, which is coming from core, and you can give the default value as empty. So now I have created a model value. Now I want to use this model value for ng model binding. So what I'll do, I'll go here ng model and I'll give the model value. Let me hit enter for better readability and save this, and let me format, and when I format it's going to the single line. Save this. Now this is my model value. Once the user enters some value inside the input field, that will be stored in our model value, and when the user clicks on a button, so let me use a click event and add item is my button. Let me copy this function and go here, create this function, and now whenever user clicks on a specific button, it will call this function, and inside this function we have to fulfill all our conditions. The first condition is if my model value exists, then only I want to add into my list. So let me go and create my list. So this condition indicates when the model value exists, then only do some set of operation. So what I'll do, I'll create a list, and I'll create this list as a signal format, and this signal is of type string array, and let me pass the array, that is nothing but empty array, that is a default value. So now when the user clicks on a specific button, we have to get the model value and push that model value into this list. So this list is a signal based one, so I can use something called a set or update. I want to update the values. So what is my previous value followed by the original value. So now what I'll do is dot value is my previous value, and now I want to add my model value, this dot model value and semicolon. Once the list has been updated, we have to see in the UI. So let me go here and create a for loop. So already we are using ng for, or also we can use a new for loop, that is nothing but for decorator. So now I can use this list here. As it is a signal based, we have to call this value, and you will be getting each and every item, and track should be happened on the item, because we do not have any specific IDs for this. It's a default string value, so I'm using item. Now this UL will be here, and the loop should be happened only for the list items. So let me cut this and put it over here. So let me format again. Now save this. Now instead of showing the hard-coded value, I will be showing the dynamic value which is received from the list. So let me save this and go here. Let me add item 1 and hit this. You are seeing item 1, but the input field is not cleared. So we have to clear that input field. Let me go here, and once this list has been updated, we do not want any model value. So let me use modal value dot set. I want to set this value to empty. Save this and go here and let me add item 1 and hit enter. Item 2, add item. So whenever you are adding an item, it is showing in the list, and once you refresh the page you will not see any values. That is the requirement given in the challenge. So when the application loads, it should display empty list, so it is not having any list items, and the input field should accept user input. So I am able to type something and click on the button, you can see the list items. If you want to have set of space, we can add the space over here by using a padding or margin. So I'll go with padding top of 1. Save this, and now let me add item 1 or jam or John. So like this, you can see all the list of items in your Angular application. Hope we have fulfilled all the details, all the requirements given by the item list manager HackerRank challenge. And this example is already available in React. I'll post the link in the description. Please watch that for understanding the item list manager, how to implement in our React application. Hope this gave you a clear understanding. Hope you like my explanation. If you like my explanation, please like, share, subscribe to my channel for more updates. Signing off. Thank you.